Hello everyone, and welcome to another instalment in my classic career mode here today around Canada. There are only 2 races after this, so this series is quickly coming to an end, and it will end on Friday this week. So if you want a second season, then just let me know in the comments, and I will live stream it until the new game comes out. I'll make a shortened version of the season, but I will now hand over to the presentation of the grid for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix. Here we are then on the grid for the Canadian Grand Prix here as the 5 green lights come on now. It's 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix here. Got off to an average start as we try and go down, well, we go side by side with our teammate. We get blocked by Coulthard on the inside as we have cars all over our rear end. That's a mad statement. As we now cut down the inside of Coulthard, who for some reason stayed on the outside. And we are now right behind our teammate in Villeneuve, but unfortunately we'll be able to get past him into this corner, and we are now stuck behind him. Moving on to the end of lap 1 now, we have sparks in our face, and Villeneuve, as we actually mount the curve there, coming off that chicane, as Villeneuve gets a poor exit, we're in the slipstream now. We're going to go down the inside into the first corner, as we drift into the first corner. And we've gone really wide here into the second one. It's going to possibly go down the inside again? Nope. And we get 3rd place here in the Grand Prix. But we come on to lap 2 now, moving to lap 3. Irvine has got a poor exit off the last corner there, trying to go down the inside. Well, that was fastest lap obviously, but he was trying to go down the inside of Mansell here. And the same thing on the next lap as well. So the only difference is we're right behind him now. So we're now in a slipstream on him here. He's gone defensive, but he's now cut back into the slipstream off Mansell. He's tried to go down the inside, he's touched him, but unfortunately that's compromised his line into the first corner, and we are now up into second. Moving on to lap 4 now, up at the hairpin. We are now right behind Mansell. You can see Irvine is still right behind us, so I've not managed to pull away from him yet. But again, I think Mansell had a problem in this race as well, because he's really slow, just like in the previous episode. Spoilers in case you haven't seen it, because we should have by now. As we now go down the inside of Mansell, going into the last chicane, into the Wall of Champions, as we mount that curve, drift, and that is us up into first place. And in the process, coming across the line and second, the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So we're now going well here, as we now cut onto the end of lap 5, coming to lap 6 now. We set another fastest lap of the Grand Prix of a 1:17.5. And Villeneuve and Irvine have got ahead of Mansell. So, like I said, he's got more issues in this Grand Prix. No idea what they were, but you know, it's very strange. But setting a new fastest lap again here on our lap that we're coming in for our pit stop, and here we are now coming for our pit stop now. So, unfortunately, many of you who have watched this series from the beginning will be able to tell where this race is going. Unfortunately, some of the AI, as I've said in many episodes, some of the AI around some circuits just aren't very good. They're just really slow. I don't know why. I mean, I'm running this on default settings as well, like I've said in many episodes as well. But coming out of the pit lane now, we are now just behind Coulthard, I think that is. Is that Coulthard? Yep, and it's Coulthard. And we're now coming out in 4th place, just behind Coulthard. So not bad there, not a bad pit stop there. But moving on to lap 12 now. We are now 9 seconds, I think I was ahead of Irvine, as we need to set a new fastest lap again, a 1:17 dead. So we are now pretty much running away with this Grand Prix, as we now cut on to the end of lap 14, going on to lap 15 now. We're now 12 seconds ahead as we set a new fastest lap again. Only going slightly faster than the previous fastest lap, but you know, you've got to do it. And now on this lap, coming in for an early pit stop, some of you may be wondering why. I had a feeling that the AI were going to do this pit at this same time. They didn't, unfortunately. But I had a feeling that they were going to pit at this similar time. So I decided to pit now, because I felt like some of them had gone off the option tyres. So, you know. But there we go now. Still coming out in first place, I think. We should do. I think that was Irvine there on our right. We just came across the line, but we're going to come out just ahead of him in first place, and Mansell is still in fourth. But moving on to lap 21 now, which was our scheduled pit stop. We set a new fastest lap again of a 1:16.7, so we was constantly getting faster and faster. And ignore that for a bit. And obviously the guys behind me haven't made a pit stop yet, but they did on that lap. And I'm now coming in again for another pit stop because I put on the options, and the options weren't obviously going to go to the end. But now 21.8 seconds ahead of Irvine, and I think that was Capelli there coming out the pit lane. So yeah, you can probably say that we've won this race with 11 laps to go. So yeah, coming out the pit lane now, still in first as you'd expect. We are now, don't know what the gap is. Wait for it to come up maybe. Oh, 8.8 seconds. So we've still got a reasonable gap, and it's now 10.7 seconds as we come across the line to start lap 27, which is a 1:16 flat. So getting even faster now, as we are now cutting into the end of lap 27, going on to lap 28 now, and we set another fastest lap for the Grand Prix at 1:59. And as we come around the first few corners now, we are now lapping Ralf Schumacher, who's in 10th. I think the other two guys who are below him, I think I lapped them when they were in the pit lane. I don't know what he's doing there, but I think I lapped them when they were in the pit lane, so that's why I didn't show them to you. But coming across the line to start lap 30 now with 5 laps left, or 4 laps left, we set another fast lap to Grand Prix again with a 1:15.6. So going quite well so far. As we come to lap 33 now, we are now lapping Gerhard Berger, is that? As our teammate has actually lost out to Nigel Mansell there in the top left, so yeah, we'll get over there. So big news there, 23 seconds ahead now. But cutting on to the last lap now, coming around the final chicane of the Grand Prix. Going to come across the line and absolutely dominate the Canadian Grand Prix, just like a couple of few races in the season so far. So the final race classifications then are that we finished 33.9 seconds ahead of Nigel Mansell. So Mansell actually got Irvine on the final few laps. And Irvine behind him, and then our teammate behind him, with Coulthard a long way behind in 5th, and then Alain Prost in 6th, who's doing quite well so far. And then Michael Schumacher in 7th, Scheckter in 8th, and then Gerhard Berger and Schumacher in 9th and 10th, and Capelli and Alesi in 11th and 12th. So it was a very dominant Grand Prix, as per usual there from myself in some of these races so far. But moving on to the driver's standings then, we are now 46 points ahead of Nigel Mansell, with our teammate slowly confirming his 3rd place. But, you know, hopefully, if Nigel Mansell doesn't have a great race in the next race, we might be able to clinch the title. But guys, please let me know if you want me to do a second season on this with someone else. There's constructors, by the way, with another team and another driver, and I will stream the whole season. I'll make it a short season, and I'll stream it up until the release of 2017, F1 2017. But hope you all enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like and comment, and I will see you next time for the USA Grand Prix. Goodbye.